All right, you are welcome back to this trigonometric class. This is Clever Minds. So, in this section, we'll be looking at basic trigonometric ratios. Basic trigonometric ratios. So now, here is a triangle, specifically a right angle triangle. Right? Good. This is a right angle triangle, namely PQR, where PQR, that's the angle at R, is 90 degrees, and QPR or RPQ, let's call it theta. Right? Good. So now, from here we can see that in triangle PQR, QPR is theta and PRQ is 90. So now, quickly, I'll remind you of the basic trigonometric ratios used in any triangle. So now, one of the three basic trigonometric ratios are sine, cosine, and tangent. Tangent. All right. So these are the basic trigonometric ratios. So now, applying them on this triangle QR, we have, remember, this is the adjacent, and let's call it small q. This is the opposite, and let's call it small p. And this is the hypotenuse side, let's call it small r, from basic knowledge of right angle triangles. So from there we have that sine theta, that's a short form of sine, gives us opposite, that's p over r, hypotenuse. Right? Good. Which is the same thing as, or better still, let's write them according to the names. Let's write QR over what? PQ, which gives us what? P over R. P over R. So the same thing goes for cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. The adjacent side is PR. So we write PR over what? That's the ratio. That's why they are called ratios. The ratios of PR to PQ. And that gives us ratio of Q to R. Right? Then the same thing goes with tan. Tan of the angle. That's tan theta. That's opposite over adjacent. That's the ratio of the opposite to the adjacent side. So now we have QR to PR. And that gives us what? P over Q. So we can see that the basic trigonometry ratios of angles can be expressed in terms of the sides of the triangles. Right? Good. So now, one thing I want you to see again is that if we take the ratio of sine of the angle to the cosine of the angle, let's do that. So we have what? P over what? R. Then we have Q over R. So if you take the ratio, what does that give us? That gives us what? P over R times R over Q. And what does that give us? R eliminates r. So finally we have what? P over q. And if you look at this, can you see that is the same? So what is that telling us? That's telling us that sine theta, that's the ratio of the sine of angles to the cosine of angle equals to the tan of the angle. This is an important identity, or an important property about triangles. Please take note of that. An important property about triangles. All right, so this is how the basic trigonometric ratio works. So in the next class, um, we'll be looking at the reciprocals of this basic trigonometric ratio, right? So once again, thank you for your time. This class was brought to you by Clever Minds. Do have a wonderful day.